ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಶರಣಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು. Namaste to all. We have started this online Zoom program on 27/4/2022 with the blessings from Param Pujya Shri Guru Mahanta Swamiji, Chittargi Shri Vijay Mahanta Samsthana Matha Ilkal, and with the guidance from Shri Shankar Devnur Mysore in association with Shri Shambhu Hiremath, President-Pratham International School, Bangalore. Today is 111th presentation. We take this opportunity to thank all the dignitaries and resource persons wherein they have presented the subject with their rich experience. We also thank one and all who have attended our programs and enriched our platform with their presence. Let us start with the Vachana recital by Srimati Girija Shivaballa. ಅಕ್ಕವ್ರೆ
ಓಕೆ. ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರು ಬಸವಲಿಂಗಾಯ ನಮಃ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಭಕ್ತಿಪೂರ್ವಕ ಶರಣಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು. ತನು ಶುದ್ಧ ಮನ ಶುದ್ಧ ಭಾವ ಶುದ್ಧವಾದವರ, ತನು ಶುದ್ಧ ಮನ ಶುದ್ಧ ಭಾವ ಶುದ್ಧವಾದವರ, ಎನಗೊಮ್ಮೆ ತೋರಾ ಎನಗೊಮ್ಮೆ ತೋರಾ ಎನಗೊಮ್ಮೆ ತೋರಾ ಎನಗೊಮ್ಮೆ ತೋರಾ, ತನು ಶುದ್ಧ ಮನ ಶುದ್ಧ ಭಾವ ಶುದ್ಧವಾದವರ, ನಡೆಯೆಲ್ಲ ಸದಾಚಾರ ನುಡಿಯೆಲ್ಲ ಶಿವಾಗಮ, ನಡೆಯೆಲ್ಲ ಸದಾಚಾರ ನುಡಿಯೆಲ್ಲ ಶಿವಾಗಮ, ನಿತ್ಯ ಶುದ್ಧವಾದ ಎನಗೊಮ್ಮೆ ತೋರ, ನಿತ್ಯ ಶುದ್ಧವಾದ ಎನಗೊಮ್ಮೆ ತೋರ, ತನು ಶುದ್ಧ ಮನ ಶುದ್ಧ ಭಾವ ಶುದ್ಧವಾದವರ, ಕತ್ತಲೆಯ ಮೇಟಿ ಕಳವೆಳಗಾಗಿ, ಕತ್ತಲೆಯ ಮೇಟಿ ಕಳವೆಳಗಾಗಿ, ಒಳ ಹೊರಗೊಂದಾಗಿ ನಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶರಣರ, ಒಳ ಹೊರಗೊಂದಾಗಿ ನಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶರಣರ, ಎನಗೊಮ್ಮೆ ತೋರ ಚನ್ನ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ, ಎನಗೊಮ್ಮೆ ತೋರ ಚನ್ನ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ, ತನು ಶುದ್ಧ ಮನ ಶುದ್ಧ ಭಾವ ಶುದ್ಧವಾದವರ, ತನು ಶುದ್ಧ ಮನ ಶುದ್ಧ ಭಾವ ಶುದ್ಧವಾದವರ, ಎನಗೊಮ್ಮೆ ತೋರ ಎನಗೊಮ್ಮೆ ತೋರ ಎನಗೊಮ್ಮೆ ತೋರ ಎನಗೊಮ್ಮೆ ತೋರ ಎನಗೊಮ್ಮೆ ತೋರ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಶರಣಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು.
ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸುಶ್ರಾವ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಹಾಡಿದ ವಚನ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಗಿರಿಜಾ ಶಿವಬಲ್ ಇಳ್ಕಲ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ of our guest, esteemed guest by Shri Prakash Rajgoli. Sir, you can continue.
Sharanarthi to all. Good evening. Today's episode is unique in its nature. We got a resource person from North India, Meerut, and the discussions will be primarily in English. If anybody is expressing their views in Kannada. So that will be translated so that our speaker can understand and give the answers. So I'm honored to introduce today's resource person, Dr. Shuchi Gupta. She is a Indologist. Indologist is a person who studies Indian literature, history, philosophy, and culture. And she is a philanthropist. Most of you know that person who donates the money to the needy, the poor, especially the is a low who have not got the any benefits and all. So she is a chairman of institute called ISAASC Trust. It is a International Sanatan Art, Archaeology, Science and Cultural Trust, headquartered in Meerut, Uttar Pradesh. It is dedicated to promoting religious and cultural studies. They focus on Sanatana art and the integration of science in cultural contexts, fostering academic excellence. Their efforts have led to significant advancements in the understanding and appreciation of Indian culture and heritage. The Trust has successfully engaged with scholars and communities, fostering educational initiatives that inspire both traditional and modern perspectives. They conduct diverse programs for cultural enrichments like religious studies programs, cultural studies workshops, Sanatan art exhibitions, and scientific research collaborations. She is the director of the history documentary called Who Am I? A fellow Royal Asiatic Society, London. Honorable member of, she is honorable member of Royal Historical Society. And some of her sayings are like this. As an Indologist, she says, I strongly believe that my achievements belong to my family and the Sanatan society. It's my turn to give it back before I attain nirvana. That's why I started International Avdesh Kumar Sanman in the loving memory of her father to promote Sanatan culture. Culture first. So International Avdesh Samman, Padma Bhushan Grammy Awards winner Pandit Vishwa Mohan Bhatt. Madam, we're happy to have you here as speaker in today's 111th episode of Vachana Mandara. Let's be all ears to the topic, Kashmiri Saint Poet Lalleshwari. Over to you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prakashji, for such a generous introduction. Thank you so much for inviting me. Here I am for the topic of Lalleshwari, a very mystic poet and great influencer of human society and other shadows. Let's start. Thank you so much for providing me this. Can I start?
You can start, ma'am. You can start.
Yes. First, please. First slide. Yeah. The land of Kashyap Rishi, that is known as the heaven of the earth, Kashmir. The mesmerizing beauty of Kashmir always attracts all of us. But what about the history? Now, have you ever heard the name of these personalities? Yasovati, Kotarani, Habba Khatun, and Arnimal. These are all names that have been forgotten in the history, but they made their mark in administrative and literary spheres. Similarly, Lalla Yogeshwari, popularly known as Lal Dutt or Mother Lal, distinguished herself as the leading mystic, divine, poet, saint in 14th century. In Sanskrit literature, she is called Lalla Yogeshwari, the celebrated Saint Poetess as one of the greatest symbols of Kashmir's spiritual culture, her verse reflecting a sense of value, ideas, and her philosophy that form the bedrock of the civilization ethos of the Kashmir. Her appeal is universe as she talks of the oneness of all existence and shows an extraordinary awareness of the human existence with Parampita Parmeshwar. Born as the Laldar in the Kashmir Pandit family, married young but left domestic life to pursue spiritual enlightenment. Renowned as the first mystic poetess of Kashmir, known for her wandering asceticism and focus on the divine aspirations of the world. Her Shaivite word view providing answers to so many of the fundamental existential questions that disturb the human mind. Her broad human concerns and strong egalitarian tone of her verses, all these can be considered as factors that explain her pervasive hold on the Kashmiri psyche. Next slide, please. Ladakh belongs to the Sultanate rule in Kashmir 13th-14th century. She is the leader of Triadic mysticism in which cultural transaction which rising Sufi influence alongside Shaivism, where spiritual movement encouraged syncretism. syncretism. Lalleshwari Madallal Madallala is known by various other names like Laldat, Lala Arifa, Lal Dadi, Lala Yogeshwari, and Lals. After an unhappy married life, she became a disciple of the spiritual leader Siddha Srikant or Sidbul, who was a Shivayat. Lalleshwari is also believed to be the contemporary of Mir Sayyid Ali Aham, Hamdani, an Iranian Sufi scholar and poet who recorded the stories of her in his own verses during her travel to Kashmir. Lalleshwari's poem represents some of the early works of the Kashmiri literature. That was the time when Kashmiri language to emerge as the distinct language from Apabhransha Prakrit. The first written record of Lalleshwari's life is contained in the Tadkira ul Arafin, a collection of biography of saint and religious figures written by Maulana Ali Raina. In 1736, Khwaja Azam Tariq-e-Azmi contained a more detailed account of the Lalleshwari's life. She is also noted a Persian chronicle to Wakatiki-e-Kashmir in which she described a being known a reign of Sultan Alauddin. A total of 285 poems known as the works are attributed to Lalleshwari. Next slide. Lalleshwari basically reject the social barriers, devotion of the Shiva, non-dual consciousness, and spiritual guidance are the basic aspects, basic of his philosophical beliefs. The rejection of the social barriers, Lalleshwari message was accessible to the masses and he used common languages to explain complex spiritual truth. Her poems reject caste discrimination, gender inequalities, and social orthodox. Lalleshwari was a devotee of the Lord Shiva, and her poems and songs expressed her longing for God and the joy she found in him. She also disregarded conventional form of the workshop such as image workshop. Kashmir Shaivism teaches that the supreme consciousness that is one's own self become the universe and all living beings. Lalleshwari became so immersed in the experience of Shiva that she rose above body consciousness. Lalleshwari guided people by reinforcing her belief rather than wooing them away from their faith, she did not leave behind a distinct set of followers. Next. Now, here is the works of the Laldat. Now, here, what is the basic question is, what are the works? Actually, works, this word belongs to the Sanskrit language. That means, work means vacha. Vacha, vachan karna, ya vachan dena, ya vachan karna. That means in English, we can say the speech. So these works of Laldat are the speeches or the 4 lines of Vachan, of the process of the poet. These in Kashmiri language, that is called works. And here I am showing here the most important 2 works of Lalleshwari. The both 2 works of Lalleshwari belongs in first work. Lalleshwari explain the oneness of the body and the soul and the Almighty Shiva. In second verse, there is a oneness of the world, that is human being, that is Mother Nature, and the last one is the Almighty God. Now, the soul, like the moon, is now and always new again. And I have seen the ocean continuously creating. Since I own my mind and my body, I too, Lala, am new each moment new. My teacher told me one thing: live in the soul. When that was so, I began to go naked and dance. This, the last line, when that was so, I began to go naked and dance. The oneness, when the people goes beyond the trance, when then that was the state, then she don't need any clothing, any attire, any beautification of artificial beautification. Then the oneness uh, of the soul, that is the inner portion, and outer portion, that is a body, but she needs now no artificial attire, and in that sense she himself claimed, then when that was so, I began to go naked and dance. And that was the dance that belongs to the influence of the Sufism in the Kashmir. So here, this poem, this work, the part of this work explains the Advaita Shaivism, the Sufism, and the impact of Sufism on the Kashmiri history and Kashmiri literature. And in the second work, day will be erased in night, and the ground surface will extend outward. The new moon will be swallowed in eclipse, and the mind in meditation will be completely absorbed by the void of inside me. Again, she is talking about the oneness, oneness with the word, oneness beyond the trance, oneness beyond the universe. That is the main pinnacle point of the Advait Shaivism. But that Advait Shaivism is entirely different from the Southern Shaivism, because this Shaivism is now influenced by the Sufism also. Next. Now, here's the question that what I am talking about, the Advait Shaivism, the Lalleshwari Advait Shaivism or the Kashmiri Advait Shaivism. Then the Pratyabhanjana can be considered as the pinnacle, not only the Kashmiri Shaivism, but also the different sets of Saiva philosophy. It is an all-inclusive philosophy. No one is kept away due to his caste, creed, and sex. It elevates the theory of the sovereignty of the Paramasaiva with the power of knowledge, will, and action. The ever Conscious non-dual principle is dynamic in nature. Lalleshwari lived a life of purity, guided by the discipline of the doctrine and the principle of yogic philosophy. Her experience, matured knowledge deep, deepened and transformed the ascetic in her into a yogini of the highest order. Lalleshwari is the supreme mistress of yoga, thus purified by the crystal clear water of Vedanta, it seems, and drinking the milk of the Upanishadic thoughts, she formed the three philosophy, the threefold of science of an individual, his immediate and remote environment in the universe, pervaded by the supreme energy in its totality. Laleshwari herself says she was present everywhere. Where lies the creed to distinguish between a Hindu and the Muslim? Quick witted if you are, recognize yourself and realize God. Lord Shiva is Almighty, all pervaded, omnipresent, omniscience, and exists in every electric charge, pulsate in the nucleus of even the smallest atom of the matter, and seed in all that exists universally in material or immaterial substance, precipitable or imperceptible to bodily sense or spatial sensation, as well as in the mysteries of the emptiness or the secrets of the wilderness, of the void of the boundaries, less space crowned by the bejeweled emerald blue skies, presided over by the model of sobriety, the Purnamasi full moon that shines and emits the soft light to dispel the twinkle of the dreadful darkness and gloomy nights and lulls us to a pleasant, dreamless sleep after scorching summer days. And the glaring bright sun projects forth warmth bearing light to sustain biological life and causes phenomenal nature changes in the atmosphere, hydraulic crystal, as well as the psychochemical actions and reactions, contained drifts and storages of energy in various forms, known or unknown, all the uniform benefits in the life on earth without any distinctions or discriminations of any kind whatsoever. Lalishwari concept of Shiv is universal presence or omniscience combined with the qualities of abundance, truth, goodness, and beauty enjoys upon us to follow her directing message, the qualities of impartiality, impartiality of judgment, discrimination attitude towards all, equality, love, and affection for the psycho-economic, socio-political, as well socio-cultural and religious harmony. Next slide. Now, literary contribution. As I already discussed, Lilleshwari works, four-line verses, are the foundation of the Kashmiri literature. She promoted vernacular Kashmiri, makes her work accessible. She explored theme unity and self-purification. For example, I, Lalla, went out the search of the divine. I saw the temple outside, but found the deity within me. Again, this is all these works are the extreme example of oneness with the God. Next. She bridged culture and religious divided through her universal teachings. She influenced Sufi's ideas like again, oneness of the God, and provided a model of female autonomy in spiritual practice. She reversed as a saint by the both Hindus and Muslims. Next. She is a feminist, no way. A woman who defined particular patriarchal norms influenced later Kashmiri mystic like Sheikh Nuruddin Wali, Nund Rishi, integral the Kashmiri identity and resilience against communalism, recognized globally as the mystic poet comparable to the Rumi and Kabir. She always referenced by the Rabindranath Tagore as an exemplar of Indian mysticism. To the outer world, Laldat is arguably Kashmir's best known spiritual and literary figure within Kashmir. She has been, I think, she is the most influential, most generous personality in both communities, Hindus and Muslims, for nearly 7th century. For most of the period, she has successfully eluded the ideas of the religion and the philosophy aligned with contemporary quest for inner peace. She is the inspiration for cultural revival in Kashmir. She resonates with global audience in the figure like Rumi and Kabir. Next. Lala's work are not just poetry, they are a call to awaken the divine within. Her legacy continues to inspire movements for peace and cultural preservation in the Kashmir. Lalleshwari, also known as Lal Dad, remains an eternal symbol of spiritual awakening, resilience, and poetic genius. Her profound verses transcend the boundaries of time, resonating deeply with seekers of truth across generations. As a mystic poet, she wove together elements of Shaivism, Sufism, and universal spirituality, offering wisdom that bridges to the personal and the cosmic. Her work, challenging dogmas, inspiring intro inspiring introspection and encourage a life rooted in love, simplicity, and self-realization. To celebrating Laleshwari legacy, our marvels at her courage to defy social norms and express her spiritual truths fearlessly. Her life and poetry continue to illuminate paths for those seeking liberation, harmony, and oneness within the divine. Truly, Laleshwari is not just a poet of Kashmir, but a sage of humanity, whose words still whisper to the soul, guiding us towards inner peace and universal compassion. Namaskar. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shuchi Gupta ji, for a very insightful and very good presentation for us. Thank you very much. Let us start with the discussion. Anybody who wants to ask questions or wants to say something on this forum, kindly open up and ask questions, please. What I gather from our presentation is there is a very quite similarity between treasure of asceticism, that is Vairagyinidhi Akka Mahadevi, and Laleshwari. So this is what I gathered from our presentation today. There is a quite similar. I have written Treasure of Asceticism, Akka Mahadeva, and Kashmiri Poetess Lalleshwari also. Last month I have shared the article also. Anybody wants to have a question, you can continue. Raise your hands, please. Even if you can ask in Kannada, I'll translate to Shuchi Gupta ji. You can go ahead in Kannada and ask.
And in future, it will be a great topic, comparison between the Akka Devi and the Lalleshwari's poetic works. But I disagree one point. Akka Devi and Lalleshwari is beyond the trance.
Okay.
And Akka Devi is the Advait Shaivism, as I already mentioned, the Advait Shaivism in South India is some point different from the Kashmir Advait Shaivism.
Yes,
because there was also the influence of the Sufism also.
Yes.
Such as I am she dance, no, the rejection of the clothes and the dance formation that belongs to the Sufism.
Okay.
The influence of the Sufism, that was the influence because of the Persian effect and impact.
Yes, there is a silk line between Advaita
exactly
and South Indian Advaita.
Yeah, exactly. This is the point.
Lalleshwari from which century?
1 second, sir.
Lalleshwari, which century she was?
14th, sir. Sir, please give your introduction, sir.
I am Shivanand from Tumkur.
Thank
Vijayakumar.
you. I know, but I want you to introduce to our forum. That's what.
Yeah. I'm Shivanand from DBs and Tumkur.
Okay.
I'm treasurer in Jaydeva Murugarajendra Jaydeva Trust.
Yeah.
So she is a 14th century.
14th century.
14th century.
At that time in northern India, there was the attacks by the Sultanate. But at that time period belongs to the Sultanate period.
Okay.
And that was a division line between the Hinduism and the Muslim impact and impact. Both were there at that time
and
in
one,
Kashmir.
One more thing is this in 12th century one Sharana came from Kashmir, no? Yen sir our ಹೆಸರು?
Mallo Shankara Deva.
Still any
Molige Maraya and Mallo Shankara Deva.
No, Marula Shankara Deva alla. Moulige Maraya ಮತ್ತು Bantadevi.
Bantadevi.
Do you know something about that Sharana also, madam?
No. I don't know. Actually, I don't. In Kashmir period, if you want to read about the original Lalleshwari, so we haven't any. As I mentioned in my words, we haven't any. Only we know Lalleshwari. Then later on, Persian poets mentioned that there is a Lalleshwari. Actually, the whole Hindu philosophy, the art and the religion aspects were a transaction point because of the influence of the Islam. The basic. So, as I told, today is Kashmir. If I am talking about the today's Kashmir history, that is going back to the Sultanate period and all that. If you are talking about the Shrangeri period, the Sharada period, we have to find out that my first line was there. The Kashyap Rishi Kashmir, where is that?
Yes.
What about the history of that time now?
Yes. Only we can get from Kalana's Rajatarangini. That is
literally. The only we mentioned in northern India or southern India, the Kalhana Rajtarangini only, the most influential evidence.
Yeah. Whatever we are speaking as on today is based on Rajatarangini's mentions.
No,
Hmm.
sir. Another one, sir. Madam.
Huh.
Avilashi Tartha Chintamani.
Yes, Abhilartha Chintamani.
Chintamani.
Yes.
It is one of the big poetic, madam.
Yeah,
Written by the
actually,
Vijnaneshwara.
yes. You are absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Yes.
But the major problem is when we, in history, when we describe the primary sources and the secondary sources, and then primary sources on the poet-based evidence, we always have a sandeha.
Yes.
Sandeha, that is influence or atiranjana is there.
Yes.
That is why we never consider these evidences as the primary evidence of. We always, all historians say there is a sandeha or there is a atiranjana.
They are not like shasanas, Shila shasanas or copper plates or something.
If there are, I don't know, but if there are, we haven't any evidence.
Okay.
And without evidence, no historian will claim anything. Lalleshwari is the poet, but if I go with the historical aspect, I can explain Lalleshwari according to the poetess point of view.
Whatever she has given to us.
Yeah, but or Advait Shaivism or the impact of Sufism or the oneness, all I can explain. But the historical part of the Lalleshwari, I always question marked. Why? Because no Indian poet or historian or any evidence.
Yes, absolutely.
There is no.
Correct.
No.
Yes.
The major problem is how I will write that part of history.
Yes. Correct.
So, Sushiji, this is Harish Hiremath. So,
Yeah.
basically, what you're
Harish Hiremath, 1 second. Sri Harish Hiremath is from Karnataka. He is settled in America for quite some time, around 30-35 years. There is one organization called VSNA, Veerashaiva Samaja of North America. He is a president since from 6 years. He is well versed in Basava philosophy, Vachana literature, and he is promoting all those in America. So, in that context, his presence today is very much significant. Harish, you can go ahead.
Thank you, Vijay, and I appreciate it. Dr. Suchiji, so what you are telling is we have come to know about Lalleshwari through the Persian historical or mention. So none of our Hindu or anybody has even mentioned Lalleshwari in our historical records.
I don't think so.
Oh my God. Okay. So what is current influence? Right now, the Kashmiri Muslims, do they have any influence of Lalleshwari in their culture?
Yes. All the works that belongs to the Lalleshwari, that also the part of the Muslim Sufism portion.
Yeah.
So do they call her as Lalleshwari, or do they call her in a very a different Muslim name?
Arif Lal.
Lala Arifa.
Lala Arifa. Arif Lala भी बोलते हैं. Arif.
Yes. There are only 8 to 10 names they call. Yes.
I mentioned all the names.
Yes, absolutely right.
So none of the Kashmiri Pandits or anybody after the 14th century, they never referred her or never mentioned her in any of their works.
No. Lalleshwari actually mentioned in the folklores of the Kashmiri atmosphere, in culture. That are the folklores only. And in both Hindus and the Muslims, in Muslim society, especially in Sufism, not as if you are talking about the Shias or the Sunnis or the 72 firqas of the Muslim, no, they are not mentioning Lalleshwari. Only the portion of the Sufism, they are mentioning Lalleshwari.
Okay.
Okay.
Dr. Leela Sampige, thank you, Harish Sarji, for coming here and
Thank you.
enlightening the program.
Thank
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Dr. Leela Sampige, can you throw some light on today's presentation?
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಮೇಡಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಸಾರಿ.
ಮಾತಾಡಿ, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಅಗೇನ್. She speaks in Kannada, I will again translate.
ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಾನು ಶಂಕರ್ ದೇವನೂರ್ ಸರ್ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 4-5 ಸರಿ ಲಲ್ಲೇಶ್ವರಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಕಾಶ್ಮೀರದ ಅಕ್ಕ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಕ್ಕನಿಗೆ ಹೋಲಿಕೆ ಆಗುವಂತ ಈ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಆಕಸ್ಮಿಕವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಕಾಶ್ಮೀರಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ನಾನು ಲಲ್ಲೇಶ್ವರಿಯ ಲಾಲ್ಡೆಡ್ ಶ್ರೈನ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೊರಟಿದ್ದು. ಅದೊಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಾಹಸ ಯಾತ್ರೆನೇ ಅದು. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಪುಲ್ವಾಮಾ ದಾಟಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅನಂತನಾಗ್ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಬಿಜ್ ಬೆಹರಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಹಳ್ಳಿ ಅದು. ಆ ಹಳ್ಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡೇ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದಂತ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಅವಾಗಿತ್ತು ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ತಲುಪಿದೆವು.
One second.
Sir.
Dr. Leela Sampige visited Kashmir. When she has visited the Kashmir, she wanted to go to Bijbehara, where the Laleshwari signs are there. So that it was very difficult because they have to cross Pulwama. So even in that condition, she has crossed and she has Bijbehara. Continue ಮಾಡಿ.
ಒಂದು 2-3 ವಿಚಾರಗಳಿದೆ ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಮೇಡಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲೇನೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡುವಾಗ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಸೀದಿ ಅದು. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಕಾಶ್ಮೀರಿ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಯಿಂದ ಬಂದಂತ ಸೂಫಿ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಅವರ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ವಚನಗಳನ್ನ ಹೋಲಿಕೆ ಮಾಡುವಂತದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಈಗಾಗ್ಲೇ ನಾವು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಕೂಡ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಸೈಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದಾಗ ನನ್ಗನ್ಸಿದ್ದು ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಸೀದಿ ಅದು, ಜಮಿಯಾ ಮಸೀದಿ. ಆ ಮಸೀದಿಯ ಹಿಂಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ, ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಮುಂಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಸೀದಿ ಇದೆ, ಹಿಂಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆದಂತ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಬಾಗಿಲಿದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡುವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಲ್ಡೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೆಯೋದು ಲಲ್ಲೇಶ್ವರಿಯನ್ನ ಕಾಶ್ಮೀರಿಯವರು. ಲಾಲ್ಡೆಡ್ದು ನಾನು ಶ್ರೈನನ್ನ ಸಮಾಧಿಯನ್ನ ನಾವೇನ್ ಸಮಾಧಿ ಅಂತೀವಿ ಅದೇ ತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹಸಿರು ಇದನ್ನ ಮುಚ್ಚಿರುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಸಮಾಧಿ. ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಸೀದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಾಜ್ ಮಾಡೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಲ್ಡೆಡ್ ಶ್ರೈನ್ ಹತ್ರ, ಸಮಾಧಿ ಹತ್ರ ತುಂಬಾ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಅವರು ಬಹಳ ನಿರಾಳವಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ನಮಾಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದನ್ನ ನಾನ್ ನೋಡ್ದೆ.
One second. She visited that place and she saw some very big masjid where women are not allowed in the masjid, but behind that masjid there is one small door. If you go there, you will find one samadhi. That means Lala Dead has been buried over there. In that area, it looks like a temple, and women were performing these prayers and all there. That's what she has saw and came back.
Exactly. This is the point. What I am saying now, by birth she was a Brahman.
Yes.
Okay. Then married again a Brahmana, and at that Shaivism again Brahman or a Sanatana Parampara personality. Okay. Then the transaction line starts. The Muslim influences start. Okay. Each and everything is convert and merge, and there is a clashes between them. Sufis accept some aspect of Hinduism aspects, but how they merged our temples into the domes.
Yes. That means cross fertilization of Sufism and Advaitism.
Exactly, this is the point. She's 100% right.
Yes. Okay. Dr. Leela Sampige, can continue, ma'am. You are telling something. Okay.
ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಮೇಡಮ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಆದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ನಾನು ಗಮನಿಸ್ತಾ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಲ್ಡೆಡ್ ಒಂದು ಭಾವೈಕ್ಯತೆಗೆ ಸದಾ ಮಿಡಿದಿದ್ದಾಳೆ
Yes, yes.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ
What, one nimshaka. Dr. Leela Sampige is saying she is communal, icon of communal harmony. That's what she said.
But just tell me what type of harmony is this? Please explain what type of harmony is this?
Akka, what type of harmony you are expected there?
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಅವಳ
She was a Brahmana. Hai na?
Okay.
ಸಾರಿ
No, what type of, whether it is ethical or communal or anything harmony, what you have seen there?
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ವಕ್ಫ್ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ. ನಾನಲ್ಲಿಯ ಒಬ್ರು ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್, ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ನಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಯ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಲೀಡರ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಳ್ಸಿದ್ರು. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟಿವ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ. ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡೆ. ಅದು ನೀನು ಶಿವನಾಗಿರು ಅಥವಾ ಜಿನ ಅಥವಾ ಕಮಲ ಸಂಭವ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ, ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಈ ವಿಶ್ವದ ರೋಗದಿಂದ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಮಾಡು, ನನ್ನ ಸಮಾಜವನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ. ಅವರು ಅದನ್ನ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಇವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹಿಸ್ಟಾರಿಕಲ್ ಆದಂತ ಇಂಥದೇ ಲಾಲ್ಡೆಡ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಇದಾದಂತ ಇದು ಸಿಗ್ದಲೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಆಕೆಯ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೋಡುವಾಗ ಅವಳ ಒಂದು ಮಹಿಳೆಯರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವಳು ಮಾತಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವಳು ಶಿವ ಮತ್ತೆ ಜಿನ ಇಬ್ರುನು ಸಮಾನವಾಗಿ ನೋಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ಮಾತಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಾಗಿರೋದು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಗಮನಿಸಿದ್ದು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಲ್ಡೆಡ್ ನ 8th ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ PUCಗೆ ಒಂದು ಲೆಸನ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೂಡ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಲಾಲ್ಡೆಡ್ ಇದೇನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹುಡುಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದಿದೀವಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಲಾಲ್ಡೆಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದ್ ದೊಡ್ಡ ವಿಷಯನೇ ಅಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸುವಾಗ್ಲೆ ನಾವು ಹುಡುಕಾಡುವಾಗ ಅವಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ನಮ್ಗೆ. ಆ ಲೆಸನ್ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ತಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. 8th ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ PUCಗೆ ಲಾಲ್ಡೆಡ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಲೆಸನ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಇನ್ನು ನಾನು ಕಾಶ್ಮೀರಿಯಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಸರಿಯಾದಂತ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಒಂದು
let me explain this now to her. So the communal harmony, what she has saw there through her walks, Shiva and Jina both are equal. This harmony is always there in her walks, and women empowerment is the main theme of her walks. That's what she is telling. And whether it is percolated to the lower side or percolated to the lower level, she saw that for the 8th standard syllabus they have included walks, as well as in the first PUC, that means 11th standard, they have included the Lala Dead's walks in the texts. That's what Dr. Leela Sampige said. Amma innendu helididya? Let us continue. Dr.
Vijayana,
heli.
She told Shiva and Jina. Jina means what? Jaina?
Jainas. Jina means Jaina always.
Oh, so she's not telling Shiva or Allah or Jina. Only she was telling Shiva or
Jina. No. Jina. No. Jina is not Jaina.
Okay. Clarify, please.
No. Shiva and Jina means Allah, the representative of Allah.
Okay.
Not Jina.
Sorry.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಹೇಳಿ ನೀಲಾಂಬಿಕೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ನೀಲಾಂಬಿಕೆ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ is the head of the Kannada department in the Shanabasweshwara University. She is well versed in Baswa philosophy. Dr. Neelambika, madam, I can continue.
ಸರ್, ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರು ಬಸವಲಿಂಗಾಯ ನಮಃ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಶರಣಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು. ಗುಡ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಗುಡ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening, madam. You are a nice lecturer, madam. Today,
Thank you.
it is look like a national conference, madam. National conference.
Oh, thank you.
I'm very great thankful to the Vijayakumar sir. Vijayakumar sir. Madam, Lalleshwari is one of the great saint, madam. just like our Karnataka 12th century lady, one of the Vachana Karati, Akka Mahadevi. One of the student complete the PhD about the Akka Mahadevi and Lalleshwari in my guideship, madam. In 2016. She is submitted to our Gulbarga University, madam. Gulbarga University. Madam, I some problems about the Lalleshwari. Some proverbs in Kashmiri language. Those proverbs give the real history of the Lalleshwari. Because her force come about her birth. Because one proverbs, they killed a big ship or a small ship. They killed a big ship or a small ship. Lalla had always a stone for her dinner.
Very important. It's a very important verse.
Yes. What this proverb said, madam, about Lalleshwari? No, sir said Lalleshwari means the women empowerment. This problem Akka Mahadevi not face, madam, in Karnataka. Karnataka, the great Vachana Karati, she is not face this problem. Her problem different to the Lalleshwari. That time my student continue the PhD. That time I compare to Akka Mahadevi and the Lalleshwari. One proverb is always some question to me. They killed a big ship or a small one. Lalla had always a stone for her dinner. What about this proverb said about the Lalleshwari, madam?
ಅಕ್ಕ ಅದನ್ನ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅದ ಪ್ರಾವರ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ.
Actually, but here you mentioned the text.
Dr. Shuchi, I'll mention that walk. ಹೋಂದ ಮರನ್ ಕಿನಾಕ ಕಲಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಲವತ್ ಸಾಲಿನ ಜಾನ್ ಅಂತ.
Kashmiri language.
Yes, that's what I said.
So, as I mentioned, Akka Devi, and there is a basic difference in Akka Devi and Lalleshwari. The first thing is the basic and the foremost. Lalleshwari, as I mentioned, Lalleshwari is set on that stage where she don't need any attire on her body. Okay. Lalleshwari was naked all his life. After 21st or 22nd age of 21 or 22, she removed all the clothes.
Madam, Akka Mahadevi also. Akka Mahadevi also.
But not in the age of 21, 22.
No, she is 15 and 16 years old.
So there is the difference is they both personalities.
Yes.
It is the whole society. जो differences हैं, the problems हैं, the family problems है, nobody was supporting ना. और मतलब Akka Devi was not supported by the society, and Lalleshwari was also not supported by the society or their own in-laws.
वो तो सच है, मगर वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट का बारे में हम लल्लेश्वरी से अक्का महादेवी बहुत आगे है मैडम, बहुत आगे है. बिकॉज दैट टाइम मैडम लॉर्ड बसवेश्वरा उनका मेन कॉन्सेप्ट क्या था कि इक्वालिटी इन एवरीवेयर. So, women empowerment is the basic thing in 12th century.
I don't think मैंने जितना लल्लेश्वरी को पढ़ा है, I don't think कि लल्लेश्वरी इक्वलिटी की बात कर रही है.
वही मैडम, अच्छा है, उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा है उसके बारे में.
But I don't think कि लल्लेश्वरी is any work is there that mentioned the equality uh, of in the society. I don't
Yes.
think there is no work. Only
Hmm.
285 to 86 works are
Yes,
there.
yes, yes.
Yeah. So she is not talking about the society, the discrimination. She is not talking about the male and female figurines
yes.
or the. She is not talking about. She is only talking about. That is why she is the representative of the Advait Shaivism in. And but one more thing, you have to accept that she is the leader of the mystics.
Yes, yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
She is the leader of. Akka Devi is not the leader of the mystic poetess. But you have to accept that, na?
Okay.
No,
There is a comparison. No way. There is a comparison.
अलग बात है, वो अलग बात है मैडम, वो करने का छोड़ने का वो नहीं। दोनों लेडीज क्या है, बहुत बड़ा है। हम लेडीज इसमें उनका दोनों का नाम बहुत बड़ा है मैडम। ये हम पहला एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ता मैडम।
Both are stalwarts in their own way. That's what.
yes.
आप दोनों नहीं, आई एग्री विद यू, मैं बिल्कुल आपकी बात से सहमत हूँ। दोनों अपनी अपनी जगह बिल्कुल ग्रेट है।
यस मैडम।
और मैं सही बात बताऊं तो दो जो मेजर पर्सनालिटीज होती हैं, नेवर बी कंपेयर।
यस
है ना? अक्का देवी इज अक्का देवी एंड
Lalleshwari is Lalleshwari.
लव इज लव।
Yes.
है ना?
बहुत सिमिलैरिटी है मैडम, बहुत सिमिलैरिटी है दोनों में।
नहीं, सिमिलैरिटीज हैं, बट ग्रेटनेस में एक को ऊपर पहुंचाना, एक को नहीं। दैट इज आई डोंट
नो मैडम, दे आर इक्वल।
Exactly, they are equal.
We accept first. This is how we accept it. Yes, I agree with you, madam.
Yes,
madam. ಲಲ್ಲೇಶ್ವರಿ ಓಕೆ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ನೀವು, ನಾವೊಂದ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಕೊಡು ಜ್ಞಾನ ದೇಹಕ್ಕೆ, ಕೊಡು ಜ್ಞಾನ ದೇಹಕ್ಕೆ ಚಳಿಯನ್ನು ಹೊರಗಿರಿಸಲು ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೊದ್ದಿಕೋ.
Yeah, but what the one Vak says, whatever the body requires, give that much. Whatever the body requires, give that much. The extra that cold is there, you leave it to the God. That's what she says now. In her one
ಹಸಿವನ್ನು ಕಳೆಯಲು ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾತ್ರ ಉಣ್ಣು.
Yes. Only give her the food which satiate our hunger. More than that, she doesn't require to satiate her hunger. That's what in her walk says.
Madam, she wrote one walk. Her walk, कितना ठंडी है उतना ही आप चादर ओढ़ो, कितना ही होना उतना ही खाना खाओ. She told it हर मनस्सु अंदर का भावना को ಏನು कर रहे हो, ಓ ಮನಸ್ಸೇ ನಿನ್ನಿಂದಲೂ ಆಚೆಗೂ ನೀನು ಕಲ್ಪಿಸಿಕೋ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಈ ದೇಹ ಕಾಡಿನ ಕಾಗೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಕಿತ್ತು ತಿನ್ನುವ ವಸ್ತು.
So the body belongs to the crows after everything. That's what.
Now one more question: if body belongs to the crows, then why Lalleshwari Samadhi is there?
No, that's what it is on the philosophical tenets.
That is the philosophy is there, and in Indian usme no samadhi or your Taj Mahal type of place. In Sanatan Parampara, there is no such type of thing.
ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ದೇಹವನ್ನ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಅಕ್ಕ ಮಹಾದೇವಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಸುಡು ಈ ದೇಹವನ್ನು ಅಂತೇಳಿ, ಸುಡು ಈ ಕಾಮ ಕ್ರೋಧಗಳನ್ನು ಅಂತೇಳಿ, ಆ ಟೈಪ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲಲ್ಲೇಶ್ವರಿ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಆ ತರದ ಒಂದು ಲಲ್ಲು ವಾಕನ್ನ ಅವರು ಬರೀತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್, ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
Okay. The inner enlightenment and outer enlightenment requires this. That's what both Akka Mahadevi and Lalleshwari both have given us this thing. That's what.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Shiv Prakash,
Yes, sir.
one second,
Good evening.
one second.
Good evening.
One
Yes.
second, please wait. Shri Shiv Prakash is from Karnataka. Now he stays in Muscat, Oman. He is electronics engineer by profession and very much dedicated to Vachana philosophy. Shiv Prakash, go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. First of all, I should congratulate Dr. Shuchi for brought her the similarities between two great women personalities of the history. One belongs to 12th century and another belongs to 14th century. As has been said by the madam, we may not be doing the just by comparing 100% these personalities. That is not the objective. We have to take the situation and the other societal factor under which this woman worked. Probably when the Bhavakya, or what we call the Samanvay between the religions, became the paramount importance to Lalleshwari, the showing the empower of the woman was a preliminary aspect of Akamadevi. Akamadevi's greatness lies in the fact, being a woman, please note my words, she exceeded the woman gender. She born as a woman, but she came out of womanhood. She is the one who totally sacrificed the woman within her. When she reached Kalyan, she was no more having woman qualities. In the sense, she was not having any adherence to her woman body. Her achievement was so much, she was not wearing any cloth on her. Her hair was her cloth. Here lies the greatness of Akamadevi. She totally denied the worldly, offerings that society can give to a woman. She exceeded all of those things. So, this one she asks frequently, she never wore any cloth on her body. This is, I think, the epitome of the womanhood. She searched for the epitome of the womanhood. Normally, women folk have a very natural, shyness within them, which may not be associated with the gents. But she is the one who transcended these boundaries of the natural shyness of the woman. Her conquer over her soul was to that an extent. So it was there in her innumerable vachanas.
Sir, Shiv Prakash, sir, what is the correlation between Lalleshwari and
yes, sir.
Mahadevi?
See, that's what I'm saying. See, now Lalleshwari and Akka, if you are going to compare, we have to look from the point of view of the spiritual attainment these two great souls have reached.
That's what Neelambike madam also told just now.
See, this is the thing which I attach the greatest importance. Both these women have attained the spiritual, what we call, they reached the peak of spiritual attainment in their lives. The roots were different. The societal challenges were entirely different. The Muslim, the Hindu religion, and here Akka was to fight against the kings, fight against the dynasty. There she had to fight against the Islam. See, these things were always there in women. But what stood out and what makes them the great is both of them could able to attain their fulfillment. Both could achieve what they yearned for. This always makes them the great. Otherwise, we go compare one by one, and if you are going to compare by vachanas to her muktas or whatever it is there, we may not fulfill the justice to this woman. So I take both Lalleshwari and Akamadevi as two eyes of the womanhood. They are the history's great icons, where woman has to look through them. Probably either you look through Lalleshwari or you look through Akka, probably what you look at the word will remain the same. That is most important.
Yes,
They
sir.
always fought for whatever the societal norms of their time. They fought the barriers, whatever the society put as a woman to them. They just, rejected all those barriers. In
Yes,
this
sir.
sense, both women are very great achievers in their own sense.
Okay.
And matter of, this is only a matter of comparability, because we cannot differentiate like that, because differentiation is not called for. There is more than 200 years of time difference between them. And again, societal structure is entirely different. What South India was experiencing at that time and what was North one thrown to that time, societal challenges posed to the womanhood were entirely different. So it may not be correct on our part to put both the, this woman on a same balance and weigh them. And probably if you are trying to do that, never look at the weighing scale. Who is going to weigh more and who is going to weigh less? That is not the way to look at that. But what they stood and what they succeed in establishing and in reversing the societal trends forever. Even today, Akka is for a, kind of guiding life to all women folk of Karnataka. And as well as Lalleshwari stands all that women who are from the Kashmir and North India. In that sense, I say they are Yug Parvartakas. They are the one who turned down the societal look at the women.
Okay, sir.
In this way, today's, I think, was very enlightenment. And I will again tell Dr. Shuchi for having given her a wonderful commitment. And as usual, I am always thankful to our beloved Vijayakumar Sarji for putting us into this kind of perspective where it is very difficult to compare our Vachana Kartis with others.
Thank
But what we learn at the end of the day is we are enlightened, and now we know a little bit how to compare the great personalities side by side. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Basava Revanta. Subbu sir, you can continue, sir. Subbu sir.
ಹಲೋ ಅಣ್ಣ ಶರಣು ಶರಣಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು.
ಹೇಳು.
ಹಲೋ
ಹೇಳ್ರಿ.
ಅಣ್ಣ ಶರಣು ಶರಣಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರು ಬಸವಲಿಂಗಾಯ ನಮಃ. ಎಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಶರಣ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗಳ ಅಂತರಾತ್ಮ ಚೈತನ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ನನ್ನ ಅನಂತ ಕೋಟಿ ಶರಣು ಶರಣಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು. ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ತಕ್ಷಾ ಚಾಣಕ್ಯ ರೇಬಂತ. Dr. Shuchi ma'am was a great lecturer, and she told that how that I can't explain with the words. She make awesome.
Okay. He says
she know all of our Sharana's history, and she know all like that.
Okay. He says a very good presentation you have given. He is just only 12 years old and he is well versed in Baswa philosophy and literature. Thank you.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Thank you, Rebanta. Shankar, tavu matadboda? Okay. Shankar Devanur sir. Shankar Devanur sir. Devanur sir.
ಸರ್ ಶರಣಾರ್ಥಿ ಸರ್ ಸರ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಹೇಳಿ.
ಸರ್ ನಾನು ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನ್ ಬೇಡ.
ಐಫೋನ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಹೆಸರಾದ್ರೂ ಹೇಳಿ.
ಶಂಕರಪ್ಪ ಬೇವೂರು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಶಂಕರ್ ಬೇವೂರು. ಶಂಕರ್ ಬೇವೂರೇ. ನೀವು
just now asking question. He is one of the pillar of our Baswa philosophy. Sir. ಮಾತಾಡಿ.
ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮೊದಲು ನಾನು ಮತ್ತು ಮೇಡಮ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಿಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮನ ನೀವು ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನಮಗೆ ಇಡೀ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನೇ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಧನ್ಯವಾದನ ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಬಟ್ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಒಂದು ವಿಚಾರ ಚಿಂತನೆ ಆಯ್ತು ಇವತ್ತು. ತುಂಬಾ ಬಹಳ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ಚಿಂತನೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾದ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಸಿಗದೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಓದಿದಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ನೂ ಆಳವಾಗಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬರೀತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತಮ್ಮದಾದನ್ನ ಸೇರಿಸಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೆಲವು ಕಡೆ ನಮಗ್ ಬಂದಿರ್ತದೆ. ಈಗ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ, ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ 14ನೇ ಶತಮಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಲಲ್ಲೇಶ್ವರಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಕ್ಕನ ಯಾವುದೇ ಇತಿಹಾಸ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನನ್ನ ಭಾವನೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಆ ಕಾಲಘಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಸಂದರ್ಭಕ್ಕೆ ಅನುಗುಣವಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಮಹಿಳಾ ಎಂಪವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರ ಕೊಡುಗೆ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವ್ ಇಬ್ಬರನ್ನು ತಕ್ಕಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿ ತೂಗಕ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟತೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅಕ್ಕನ ವಚನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟನ್ನು ಕಂಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಲಲ್ಲೇಶ್ವರಿ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸತ್ಯದ ಇತಿಹಾಸ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆಯೋ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಒಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಮೇಡಮ್ ಬಹಳ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿ ಲಲ್ಲೇಶ್ವರಿ ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮೈ ಇದು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನಿಮಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಬಟ್ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ಇವತ್ತು ಚಿಂತನೆ ಮಂಥನ ಆಗಿವೆ. ಈಗ ಮುಂದುವರಿಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಶರಣಾರ್ಥಿ. ನಾನು ಅನ್ಫಾರ್ಚುನೇಟ್ಲಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಇನ್ ಬಾರ್ಸಿಲೋನಾ, ಸ್ಪೇನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್ ನಾನು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಟೈಮಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
Okay, thank you. He is in Barcelona as of now, Spain. He is the one of the pillar of our Lingayat movement, that Basaveshwara.
Wow.
And he says thank you for giving us a beautiful presentation.
Oh,
thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. Once again, thank you to you.
Thank you so much.
Our guiding force behind our program is Shri Shankar Devanur sir. Unfortunately, his laptop is not working properly. So he extended the thanks to you for giving us a very good.
Thank you so much.
Sir, ನಂದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಕೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ದ ಮಾಂಡವ್ಯಪುರ? ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯು ಹರ್ಡ್ ದ ನೇಮ್ ಇನ್ ಕಾಶ್ಮೀರ್?
Is there? We often quote Mandavyapura of Kashmir in our vachanas. Whether that city of Mandavyapura is there in Kashmir or not, that's what he's asking. So I'll give you a background of this. So one
Molige Maraya.
One second.
Molige Maraya and Nijguna Devi.
1 second. ನೀವೇ ಕೇಳ್ಬಿಡಿ.
ಮೇಡಮ್ ಮೌಳಿಗೆಯ ಮಾರಯ್ಯ ಅಂಡ್ ನಿಜಗುಣ ದೇವಿ, they were come from Kashmir. The city called that Mandavyapura. Have you heard that name, Mandavyapura? In Kashmir, sir, still it is.
I have heard, but right now I don't have much information about that.
I'll explain about Mandavyapura. Even in Rajatarangini, there is no mention about the Mandavyapura. So it may be some with some different name that dynasty would have been there in Kashmir. But exact Mandavyapura, the city or the dynasty, we don't find in any of the Kashmiri literature. That's what I heard.
Okay, maybe, sir. And one more, sir, in our Vachana, that Kashmir name, before Kashmir name, it was Savalaksha Desha.
Dynasty is a Savalaksha. One Mr. C. Chandrasekhar, who was there in our Vachana Mandara group, he studied vastly about this Kashmir and this thing. Savalaksha, what he says, is very near to Goa, not in Kashmir.
Okay.
It
comes in Vachanas.
Yeah. Madam, can you throw some light on Savalaksha or Mandavyapura again?
Sir, right now I haven't very authentic information about both these. If you provide me some time, then I will explain it on the basis of the primary evidence. I cannot explain anything on the fake evidences or the established evidences, because I need basically to explain anything the primary evidence or the archaeological evidence. If I have, then I will explain that. If I haven't any historical or archaeological evidence,
We cannot
will
conclude.
not say a single word.
Yeah, we cannot say it, right.
A single
Okay,
word.
madam. Got it.
Because there is a very, very thin line between the history and the story.
Okay.
History can be a story can be a history. If there is a evidence on the basis of archaeology or the basis of primary, then that is the part of the history. But if both things are absent, then that is the part of the story or the mythology.
Absolutely correct. Thank
We
you.
can explain everything in mythology on the vague point of view, or your thoughts is the can be a part of the mythology, but your thoughts or your ideas or your hypothesis, basically your hypothesis can't be the part of the history if you have primary evidence or archaeological evidence, your excavation or exploration. Then I will put that or I will explain that on the basis of that. If I haven't, I will not say a single word about both of these.
Right. You are correct. 1 second, ma'am. Dr. Shri Shankar Devanur Mahadev is on phone line. Sir, matadi.
Madam, namaste.
Namaskar, sir. Namaskar.
There is a great library. The name is Iqbal Allama Library. What is the history behind it? Allama is a great philosopher in Karnataka. Leela Sampige already visited. Iqbal Allama Library.
Sir, voices.
What he says is, there is a library by name Iqbal Allama Library. Allama is a great saint from Karnataka who formulated in 12th century. There is a library called Iqbal Allama Library. What is the significance of Allama in that Iqbal Allama Library? That's what.
Sir, ಅದು ಅಲ್ಲಮ ಇಕ್ಬಾಲ್ ಲೈಬ್ರರಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಮ ಇಕ್ಬಾಲ್ ಲೈಬ್ರರಿ.
Yes, Allama Iqbal Library.
No,
it is
sir.
in Srinagar. It is in Srinagar.
No, I don't know about this.
Okay. She doesn't know, in the sense, no information about Iqbal Allama Library. Okay, right. There is one more question from Somshekar Basapur. He's a retired colonel from the military. Somshekar sir, go ahead, sir.
Thank you, sir. Vijayakumar Orge. You have brought Kashmir, from Molge Marayama side and to Karnataka.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And Dr. Shuchi Gupta, आपको भी मुबारकबाद, क्योंकि I am from I got trained initially right from Meerut only. So see, I just wanted to know this. I think Vak is actually a Sanskrit word coming from, I think, Vakya. It is in Kannada also. Vakya means it's actually a sentence. So when
not sentence, Vachan. That is come from Sanskrit word Vach. Vach means Vachan karna. Vachan karna कि जब हम हिंदी में मैं आपको बोलूं तो हिंदी में आप किसी चीज को जब बोलना शुरू करते हैं उसको हम कहते हैं वच धातु है एक्चुअली एक, ठीक है? तो वच से ही निकला है वाचन करना, किसी भी चीज को एक्सप्लेन करना या बोलना, जिसका जब हमने कश्मीरी में ट्रांसलेट किया तो तब हमने इसको वाक कर दिया. That is वाक.
Okay, thank you. See, one more thing, that since you have started and now you are I should say you are a part of Vachana Mandara. So is there I just want to know, is there a awakening of Karnataka Sharanaj in Meerut, or I should say in Uttar Pradesh? That is one. And secondly, I would request you to be a part of this Vachana Mandara regularly so that there is, there is a connect building up between northern people who are unaware of Basava Sharanara Sahitya, and also connecting,
already we are in connection with that. Let us work together with Dr. Shuchi Gupta ji, so that there is a connect between North India and South India. That's what we already started the discussion, and she is open to all programs, whatever we are doing.
Thank you, sir. And then I wish I had, this was organized much before, about a year back, because we had gone to Kashmir about a year back or so. So I would have visited Lal Ded's, Samadhi, and then I would have brought some information, and also about the Allama Iqbal library also. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, once again.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot. ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್. Anybody who wants to ask questions?
Vijayana.
Yeah, ಹೇಳಿ.
We talked about Allama Iqbal library, but is there any link to our Allama Prabhu?
That's what Shankar Devanur sir and Dr. Leela Sampike also asked. But madam doesn't have very less information about it. So in the due course of time, let us explore the information.
Okay. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you.
Actually, if I don't know anything particular about the historical aspect of that thing, I will not say a single word.
Yes.
If I have evidence based on the primary or secondary sources,
Okay.
I will each and everything explain in detail.
Okay.
In your platform or in any platform.
Right.
Because fake knowledge or less knowledge is very dangerous.
Very dangerous. It leads to something else.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Nagaratna, you can go ahead.
ಅಣ್ಣ ಶರಣಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು. ಮೇಡಮ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಆದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟಾಗಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷು ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾದ್ರೆ ಅಣ್ಣ ನೀವು ಮೇಡಮ್ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸೆಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸೇಮ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನೇ ತಗೊಂಡು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅನ್ಕೋ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಗಳ ಪರಿಚಯ ನಮಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ. ತುಂಬಾ ಆಸೆಯಿಂದ ಕುತೂಹಲದಿಂದ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಮೇಡಮ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅದು ಮಾಡಿ
in English, so she want me to translate into Kannada. That's what she said.
Okay.
Very thankful to madam and you also, ಅಣ್ಣ. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅವರು ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನ ತಿಳಿಸಿದ್ರು, ಬಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ. ಒಂದ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡಿ ಅಣ್ಣ.
ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು ಕನ್ನಡ. That we invite Dr. Shuchi ji also there for that program. In another month we will do it. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
I hope then I will learn Kannada.
I'll connect both in English and Kannada.
And I hope I will learn Kannada, and then I can explain a few words in Kannada for you.
Yes. Thank you.
आप बहुत अच्छे से speak in English. हमें इंग्लिश ज्यादा मालूम नहीं, इसलिए
डोंट वरी, मुझे भी इंग्लिश बहुत ज्यादा नहीं मालूम है. डोंट वरी, मुझको भी नहीं आता है.
इसलिए
नेक्स्ट टाइम आऊंगी ना तो मैं कन्नड़ा थोड़ा बहुत सीखकर जरूर आऊंगी.
Thank you so much.
मुझको भी नहीं आता है.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
thank you so much.
Let us go to our last program. Thanksgiving program. That's what we do it now. Today is the very fruitful session we had. Very enlightening session and the presentation. Firstly, I thank to Srimati Girija Shivaballa of Hilkal for giving us a very classic poem or a Vachana recital. Thank you very much, ma'am, Srimati Girija Shivaballa of Hilkal. And I take this opportunity to thank Shri Prakash Rajgoli from Bangalore for introducing our honorable guest today. Thank you, Prakash Rajgoli, sir. And regarding today's presentation, regarding Kashmir, she started with a Kashyapa Rishi. That's a very phenomenal start. Kashmiri Saint Poetess Lalleshwari is a 14th century poetess, more or less similar to our Kamahadevi. Like Allama, Lalleshwari also got a guru by name Siddhabayo. And very significant correlation is the rejection of caste discrimination, etc., etc. Both very similar to Akkamahadevi as well. Walks in Kashmiri language, vachanas in Kannada language. Both are the same. And very, very profound thing I found in this presentation is union of body and soul. That's what we call it Linganga Samarasya, body and soul. If they both unite, it becomes a body becomes a godly thing. That's what this presentation has given to us. A Trika philosophy, that is Trika philosophy, that includes Sat, Chit, Ananda, what we call in English, Kannada, and in Sanskrit. The same is in Kashmiri also. The Trika philosophy is the core ethics of Poetess Lalleshwari as well. The best part of the presentation is she said about the inner enlightenment leads to the outer enlightenment. In Kannada, we call it the Antaranga Mattu Bahiranga Shuddhi. The great poetess like Rumi and Rabindranath is the best part of the today's presentation. They are not just a poetess, they are the awakening divine within themselves. This is what the tagline we can give this to this presentation. Thank you, Dr. Shuchi ji, for giving us the very beautiful presentation. Thanks a lot. And from our Vachana Mandara team, we extend our most thankful and heartful thanks to you, ma'am. And in our discussion, D.V. Shivanand from Tumkur, he's an industrialist and very much profound knowledge in Baswa philosophy. He has come today and gave us some good words for our program. Dr. Neelambike Police Patil and Shri Hari Hiremath and Shiva Prakash Somshikar Basapur. They have enriched our presentation today by giving their lines. Iqbal Allama Library, let us start research on this, where Allama has got any significance with the Kashmiri land. So this is what our program today, and thanks for everybody who have attended this program. In the next week, 7/12/2024, the next week, Dr. Vijayakumar Putti speaks on Akkamahadevi ಮತ್ತು ಇತರ ಶರಣೆಯರ ಜಗತ್ತು. ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವಿಜಯಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಪುಟ್ಟಿ ಅವರು ಮಾತನಾಡಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮುಂದಿನ ವಾರವೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿ ವಚನ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯದ ತೇರನ್ನ ಎಳೆಯುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಮೀಟ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್.
Sir. 1 second, Mr. Vijayakumar Kammar.
ಹಾ, ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
Sir, Vijayakumar sir.
Sir, ಹೇಳಿ.
First time I am attending this Vachana Mandara meeting.
Okay.
Really, I am very, very happy. I am proud to be with you. And tomorrow you are coming, no, for the program?
Yes, sir. Tomorrow my release is there.
Yeah. Please come. Literally, you are doing good this one, sir.
Thank you,
and to Madam also, Shuchi Madam. She enlightened me. Really, I don't know about Lalleshwari, but today I understood who is Lalleshwari and all those things. Almost similar to our Kamadevi. Let us work together, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you,
Good
Mr.
wishes
Kammar.
for your work, and
Yeah.
we will work together in future.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah,
so
yeah.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And in today's program, another big personality, Dr. Leela Sampigi, also attended.
And Bevur, our Bevur also, Shankrappa Bevur,
Yes,
he
yes.
attended, no? That
Sir,
really.
sir,
ಇಲ್ಲ
sir,
ಸರ್
thank you,
ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ
sir.
ಬಂದಿರೋ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲು ಸರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಸರ್.
Yes,
ಡೂ ಇಟ್.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್,
ನಂಗಂತೂ
ಇಲ್ಲ,
ನಿಮ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ
ವಿಜಯಕುಮಾರ್
ಬಹಳ
ಸರ್ ಬಹಳ
ಇದಿದೆ.
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಡ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರು
ಹೌದೌದು.
ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ನನಗೆ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಸ್ಪೇನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟೈಮಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗಿ
ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು,
ನನಗೆ
ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ
join
ಟೂರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ
ಆಗ್ತಾ
ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಡೆನೂ ಶರಣ ತತ್ವನ ಬಿತ್ತರಿಸಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವಿತ್ ಯು.
Thank
ಸರ್,
you.
ನಮ್ ಉಸಿರೇ ಅದು ಸರ್, ನಮ್ ಉಸಿರೇ ಅದು.
ಹೌದು.
ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಸವ ಎಂಬುದೇ ಉಸಿರು ನಮ್ದು, ಬೇರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಆಯ್ತು.
ಮಾಡೋಣ ಸರ್, ನಾವು ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ.
ಆಯ್ತು, ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ?
ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್.
ಬನ್ನಿ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಸರ್. ಆಯ್ತು.
ಓಕೆ, ಖಂಡಿತ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್.
Leela
ವಿಜಯಕುಮಾರ್ ಸರ್ಗೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ನಾವು.
ಹೌದು. ನಂಗೆ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅವ್ರ ಸತಿ ಸುಮಾರು ಸತಿ ಅವ್ರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ. ಏನೋ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂಥರ ಬಿಸಿ ಅನ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನಕ್ ಬಿಸಿ ಆಗಿದೀವೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಇವರು ಆ ಬಿಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವ್ರೆ.
One more thing, I am leaving now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, madam. Thanks, madam.
Okay.
ಸರ್,
Thank you,
ವಿಜಯಕುಮಾರ್
Dr. Leela Sampigi, madam, for
ಸರ್, ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಲಲ್ಲೇಶ್ವರಿಯ ಒಂದು ವಚನವನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮನ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಸರ್.
yes,
ಅಂತರಂಗ ಬಿಂಬಂಗ ಶುದ್ಧಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಲಲ್ಲೇಶ್ವರಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಮನದೊಳಗಿನ ಕಸ ತೊಳೆದು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಿಚ್ಚಿತ್ತೆ, ಚೂರಿ ಎಂದರಿಂದ ನನ್ನ ಹೃದಯವನ್ನು ಇರಿದು ಕೊಂದೆ, ಅವನ ಬಾಗಿಲಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂಡಿಯೂರಲು ನನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ವಸ್ತ್ರವನ್ನು ಹಾಸಿಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. ಅಕ್ಕನ ಮತ್ತು ಲಲ್ಲೇಶ್ವರಿಯ ಒಂದೇನು ನಾವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಇದೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬಾ ವಚನಗಳು ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅಕ್ಕಂದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಲಲ್ಲೇಶ್ವರಿದು ನಾವು ಹೋಲಿಕೆ ಮಾಡುವಷ್ಟು ಬಹಳ ಹತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸರ್, ಶಿವಪ್ರಕಾಶ್ ಸರ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅವತ್ತಿನ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಲಲ್ಲೇಶ್ವರಿ ಅಂತ ಕಾಶ್ಮೀರದಂತ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಕಾಶ್ಮೀರಿ ಪಂಡಿತ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಯಿಂದ ಬಂದು ಸೂಫಿ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಆಕೆ ನಡೆಸ್ತಂತ ಇದು ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಇದೇನೆ. ನಾವೆಲ್ರೂ ಅದೊಂದು ಎಂಪವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದಾಗಿನೇ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಆಕೆ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅಕ್ಕನಷ್ಟು ಆದರ್ಶವಾದಿಯಾಗಿಯೇ ಕಾಣ್ತಾಳೆ ಸರ್.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಮುಂದಿನ ವಾರ ದಿನಾಂಕ 7/12/2024 ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವಿಜಯಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಪುಟ್ಟಿಯವರು ಮಾತನಾಡಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾವೇರಿ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನ ಕುಲ ಸಚಿವರಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವಿಜಯಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಪುಟ್ಟಿಯವರು ಅಕ್ಕ ಮಹಾದೇವಿ ಮತ್ತು ಇತರ ಶರಣೆಯರ ಜಗತ್ತು ಕುರಿತು ಮಾತನಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮುಂದಿನ ವಾರ ಇದೇ ತರ ಸೇರ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ವಚನ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯದ ಒಂದು ತೇರನ್ನ ಎಳೆಯೋಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ವಿರಾಮವನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಶರಣಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು.